I told you, if they stop me and ask for my ID and I haven't committed a crime, I'm not giving it to them. Did I not, Alex? These are not the droids you're looking for.
We are not the hippies you are looking for.
Man, that is bright.
Now here's something I'm gonna ask about. Firearms, really? At Rainbow? Like, people... Here's what we want to find out. We want to find out... what's the big threat?
I really don't understand why I would be asked if I have firearms. I'm not going deer hunting, I'm going camping. That's just... I mean, obviously I don't... I mean, who goes out in the woods with a bunch of hippies to, you know, shoot Bambi to offend them all? I mean, that's ridiculous. But I understand the officer has to be safe and all, but, I mean, if I was some kind of crazy criminal mastermind, do you think I would actually admit that I had firearms? I mean, that's just, I mean, silly. Whatever. But I wish you'd come back and tell me that I can go now. That'd be nice.
So I'm a little bit curious about the...
Listen up. Here's your ID. You need to slow down. Okay?
I gotcha.
And you need to get that tail light fixed, okay?
I will. It was vandalized.
It was vandalized?
By a bicyclist in Portland.
Hey, officer, can you tell us about how far we are from the Rainbow Gathering? Because we're trying to get there and we don't have the greatest directions.
Right, I understand.
Excuse me? Officer.
And... you have any questions about that?
Yeah, I have a couple questions. So the firearm thing really has us, like, perplexed. The reason why it has us perplexed is we're actually going to the Rainbow Family Gathering. It's really about, like love and, like, non-violence, like, ending the wars. So, like, the whole firearms question was, like, really, like, flabbergasting.
Do you have any firearms or not?
No, we have no firearms.
What about your friend here? He's a convicted felon. Does he have any firearms?
Yes, I am a convicted felon, and I do not have any firearms.
Okay, this concludes this traffic stop. I need you to keep moving, okay?
Well, thank you, but can I ask you a question?
Will you please take this with you?
Excuse me, officer. Officer.
Obstructing traffic.
Officer, I have a question. Thanks. Thanks for your cooperation. Yes, I am a convicted felon, but that policeman, it's his job. It's his job to answer my questions, and he did not. And it's also my constitutional right not to give that officer my ID, which I did not. Bye.
Onwards towards the light.
Are you sure this is the right way? Yeah, it's the right way. Okay. I tried.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Now that we're still talking.
Yeah.
I'm also a convicted felon.
Yeah.
Why didn't they fucking pop me?
Because I was uncooperative. I didn't act like a slave. I did not fork over my ID like a good little boy when it's not within their legal rights to ask me for my ID.
35 miles an hour on this road?
Yes, it is.
Well, at least they didn't get me for my brights. But I mean,
right.
But I mean, brights were put in cars for a reason,
Okay, unless
right?
there's any other point you want to make, Alex, I'm going to turn the camera off now.
All right.
Are you good, man?
We're gonna play it slow from here on out.
Yeah, we're gonna be good little.
But, they ain't the only ones here. All right, and we're back. Yes, we are back live. I hope you all enjoyed that. This is my megaphone. I think I'm pretty happy with myself for bringing this out of storage. This is my megaphone. This has made a lot of noise in Portland over the years. A lot of noise, and I think that it needs to start making some more noise in Portland. Zombie apocalypse is very obvious these days. We see it, we see it, we feel it. We hear it when we hear people babble on about dirty old housewives or whatever the hell is on the TV these days. There's just most insane things that are on television these days. No wonder kids are all effed up in the head. That was me, though, trying to talk to these police officers because guaranteed they never met anybody like me when they were pulling people over going to Rainbow. And You know, when I was going home the other day, I had another conversation with a Oregon State police officer. That's right, I was going home to Estacada where I live during the week. It gets very expensive going back and forth from Estacada to Portland twice a week. He wanted to know if I would let him on my property. Me, of all people. He wanted to know, Bill, if I would let him on my property to go see if people were fishing down there without permits. Because, see, I stopped my car going, what are you doing here? You're just kind of sitting there hanging out. Are people, like, trespassing on private property? I'm kind of talking like I might be a cop friend. You know, so maybe he'll give me some information about what he's doing. And he's like, yeah, his arms roll, Bill. Yeah, I'm sitting here, maybe going to write some tickets. Can I get on your property? And, you know, I don't know if I can do that. But you know what? I've got a great TV show in Portland about the New World Order. You know, I talk about Top Off 4, militarization of local police, you know, centralization of a central command, you know, looking at the whole swine flu scare and how they passed all these executive orders so they can have total martial law anytime they want and use all these police officer, law enforcement resources, county, city, state, federal, oh yeah, under one umbrella, under one commander. He smiled and took down the information and drove off at that point, and that was the end of that conversation. There's always fun things to do. There's always interesting people to talk to, and that's life, you know. I could do a TV show, but you know what? I don't really reach those people that I really want to reach. There's some police officers I saw outside the Whole Foods off of 15th and Northeast Fremont about an hour ago. Wanted to pull up the camera and have a good little chat with them. But there's also the other part of me that is a little bit apathetic and is like, what the hell? What can I do? What can I change? Little old me, oh, it's going to be another cop that doesn't want to hear it. You know, even I face those demons too. And even I have to override those demons. Because it's I that have this, I'm living my own unique spiritual experience. Born half Afghan, half white, 9/11 was an inside job, doing heroin around the time of 9/11, have a massive spiritual awakening in 2003, 2004, on all these different levels. It was just an explosion of information, spiritual insight. My life was never the same after that. Now I'm 31, and I can feel the cycle coming to completion, and me about to begin another new experience that's beyond whatever I've been doing the last 6 or 7 years, which makes things in my life very exciting, but also raises the levels of anxiety at times, because there's just sometimes no knowing of what's coming next. And for a lot of us living upon the planet right now, we're going through that. We don't know what's coming next, because every day there's another thing going down. We got some news I brought for you tonight. Not a whole lot, but let me just go over just some of the stuff happening on Earth right now. First of all, nuclear power plants. Massive threats, as you know, in Nebraska. In New Mexico at Los Alamos. Fukushima. It's now come out. Immediately all those plants went into meltdown. And it's going to be years before we start to see the results of this. Hundreds, perhaps thousands of new forms of cancer. And just the information keeps coming out. But it's hitting people so hard that some people are getting so numb. Numbness is not what we want. True awareness is something entirely different. In Phoenix, massive dust storm. Mike, Bill, you guys see the dust storm in Phoenix? We're talking about a depth of 50 miles. Nearly 100 miles. Wind gusts greater than 50 miles per hour. According to the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Phoenix, it was a 100-year event. By the way, I might be coughing from all the dust I inhaled at Rainbow. The dust storm was estimated to reach a peak height of at least 5,000 to 6,000, about a mile, with an aerial coverage of the leading edge stretching nearly 100 miles. Next to that, we have just seen another earthquake near Fukushima just several days ago. I believe on the 8th of July, it was a 5.6. Same area was earlier ravaged by a March 11th quake and tsunami that knocked out power at the Fukushima nuclear plant. I have full faith in my higher power to protect me during these dangerous and turbulent times. Full faith that is the only reason people like me, some people like me, are still alive, even though we have that threat. Ooh, they might get you. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, look at the CIA and their black vans. Ooh, look at their goddamn list. Oh, they're so fucking powerful. Excuse my language. I think I slipped earlier in that video. I will work on that and watch that so you understand now. There is so much stuff going on. So I have so much faith in that power, and I feel like there was this synchronicity, this sort of wink from the universe, a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge. When I'm moving out of Portland on March 11th, 2011, the same day, everybody's getting this news that there's some sort of a tsunami threat, tsunami warning for the west coast of the United States. Now, although nothing happened, the very fact that we picked 3/11 days before the Japanese earthquake, it was like some sort of a wink from the universe. And that was very odd. Now, by the way, I'm a little confused, wondering if I should be spending more time in Portland because there are so many things that could be done in the city that still are not being done. And it gets overwhelming, and it's not my role to even attempt to try to fill in all these holes. I mean, who can do all this stuff that needs to be done? Yet the reality still is facing me right there, right in the face. It's sitting right there staring at me, the reality. That I know of no hardcore radical running for the 2012 election in the city of Portland. We have one more year, and in 1 year, we could see someone rise to the surface to say things that should have been said that are going on in the city years ago. Because when the shit hits the fan, you ain't gonna do or be able to do anything about Washington, D.C. You're gonna be right here in Portland, Oregon, USA. And it's right here, if you're gonna live in Portland, Oregon, USA, that you have to get ready for the future of tomorrow. Or whether you're in Estacada, Oregon, or Salem, Oregon, or New York City, or if you're watching this in France, or if you're watching this in Chile, or if you're watching this in Albania, or if you're watching this in Russia, or if you're watching this in South Africa. Shows like this are being seen all over the world because all over the world we're going to be facing some of the same challenges. Some of these nationalistic boxes, religious, racial boxes and divisions have to be smashed for some sort of semblance of truth to emerge and be seen. I've seen so many things come and go. I've seen so many people come and go. This would also be a good time to remember my good friend Marco Van, or Vaughn. He was a musician here in town, and I had known him for about 1.5 to 2 years. Perhaps some of you know who Marco is. He was a great, he actually toured with Ozzy when they went to New Zealand. Heavy metal bassist, and I'd say he was in his late 40s. Passed away recently. I called him to say hi last night. His friend answered and let me know he has passed away. Me and Marco used to talk about going to Central Oregon and camping to prepare for the apocalypse. When all this crap goes down, we would talk. We would talk about how you want to get out of this city and just get out of here for a little bit just so we can think sometimes. Just get out of the zombie apocalypse. I remember Jan. I remember all the phone calls that she made to this show and shows like Bill's and others. And Jan is no longer with us. My grandfather died the day before my first show on November, or the day after, on November 28th, 2004. That was my first show. It wasn't live. I recorded it. I remember my grandfather saying, Alex, I don't want to, because I had some issues in my life at that point.